Yeah, the hate, the grind, the sweat, the blood, the time, my motivation. Ay, I work too hard, too long, and not be in the conversation. My team been up, way up, ain't nothing less than domination. I got the game and safe with lock and key and combination. Motivation, all this money on my mind, that's my motivation. You be talking, but you not up in the conversation. They all wanting me to stop, that's my motivation. Yeah, my motivation. Yeah, motivation. Yeah, my motivation.
Well, the calendar says October, but it's basketball time on the west side of Indianapolis as the Marian University Knights, ranked 5th in the NAIA poll, open up their 2023-24 season, taking on the Rochester University Warriors out of the state of Michigan. We welcome you in on this Halloween night. Alongside Jan Bozier, I'm Rob Brown. Happy you've chosen to spend part of your Tuesday night with us. And this Marian University Knights team, Jan, after a 29-win season and a run to the quarterfinals in the NAIA National Tournament, you hear a lot about teams have a successful season that falls just a tad short. They say, hey, we're going to run it back. We're going to run it back. They're really running it back. They've got everybody back on this team, including the NAIA National Player of the Year right there in Ella Collier.
I tell you, doesn't get any better than that. Listen, this is what a coach dreams about. You know, rarely in college do you just get 6 returning juniors who are now seniors, and most of them play a lot and provide a lot. So, and there's some good juniors, some really good sophomores, and a couple freshmen who are pretty good too. So, listen, expectations are high. So, listen, they will be the hunted.
Well, all but 15 points that were scored collectively by this roster return for this Marian Knights team, and it'll be a season-long march to the postseason, and I think it's going to be one of those deals, Jan, where Marian all year long going to be developing kind of rotations, what's the best fit, but all along keeping one eye on what's going on up in Marian with IWU, number 4 in the country. Those two teams are going to battle it out for the Crossroads title as they have for each of the last 4 years.
Listen, and you know with expectations that there's still got to be some adjustments because, listen, they didn't win the conference. They want to win that. They want to go farther in the tournament. So, listen, there are a few, whilst they're pretty good at everything, got to rebound a little better, got to play defense a little better, and look for just some tweaks because they want to do it to the next level.
Well, the process starts tonight. We're going to step out for the national anthem. We come back. We'll have starters in the tip from the PE Center. It's the 2023-24 season opener for the 5th-ranked Marian Knights, and it's next right here on the ISC Sports Network.
Meet Zach. Day and night, rain or shine, even just out for a spin, Zach gets around. But we know Zach, and at Indiana Members Credit Union, we know he's been saving up to trade up. IMCU is here to help Zach and you drive your dream. Lock in your rate with pre-approval. It's fast, free, and makes buying the car of your dreams easier. Today, it's all about Zach. Tomorrow, it's all about you. Because at IMCU, it's you that matters. Meet Kate. She has a lot to juggle. Family, work, it can lead to trying days and tired nights. But we know Kate, and at Indiana Members Credit Union, we know at some point her space at a premium life may change. IMCU is here to help Kate and you find your space. Now, add on or remodel with an introductory rate of 3.9% APR on a home equity line of credit. Today, it's all about Kate. Tomorrow, it's all about you. Because at IMCU, it's you that matters.
Does your school offer high-quality education? Does it offer virtual or hybrid options? Marian University Preparatory School educates students in a safe, faith-based environment focused on college and career exploration. Here at Marian University Preparatory School, we empower parents and help students to master what they love and learn as they live. We are now enrolling students in grades 6 through 9 this fall. Full financial aid packages are still available. Act now to make MU Prep your school for 2022.
Pat Sullivan here for the Michaelis Corporation. They've been in business over 35 years. I'm here with Joe Polizzi to talk emergency services. Now, Joe, when I set my house on fire with a toaster, you were actually in my yard before the firefighters left.
Well, Pat, I remember that call like it was yesterday, and although I was disappointed that it was yours, I was happy that I was going to be able to...
Well, back at the PE Center, Marian taking on Rochester tonight in the season opener for the Knights. Rochester opened up its season on Saturday with a home win over Lambton, 71-57. Let's take a look at the lineups for the Warriors. Rochester will go with Celeste Mersheimer at one guard, 5'5" senior out of Amanda, Ohio, a returning starter. From last year, Amari Martin, the other guard, 5'5", a junior out of Westerville, Ohio, in suburban Columbus. On the front line, J.C. Summers, a 6'1" freshman from Bel Air, Michigan, coming off a team-high 23 points and 9 rebounds in the win on Saturday afternoon. Grace Loads, a 6-foot junior, transfer from Grand Rapids Community College at one forward. And Melanie Moore, 6 foot, a sophomore from Warren, Michigan. Jared Ocampo in his first season as the head coach. He was an assistant on this team last year that went 21-11 and qualified for the NCAA National Tournament. Head coach on that team stepped down at the end of the year. Ocampo elevated to the head coaching position and got his head coaching career off to a 1-0 start with that win over Lambton at home on Saturday afternoon. A little promotional video running. We're going to send it down to the floor, the public address for the starters for the Knights.
It's time to rise in the 3-1-7. Introducing the starting 5 for your Marian Knights. At forward, a 6'1" sophomore from Cincinnati, Ohio, number 11, Abby McNally. At forward, a 5'8" redshirt junior from Fishers, Indiana, number 2, Tamia Perryman. At forward, a 5'11" fifth year from Indianapolis, Indiana, number 42, Kennedy Gerard. At guard, a 5'7" senior from Brownsburg, Indiana, number 25, Allison Bossy. And at guard, a 6-foot senior from Danville, Indiana, number 13, Ella Collier. The assistant coaches are Santana Anderson, Lindsay Irma, and Megan Masore. And in his third season, the head coach for the Knights is Steve Brooks.
Steve Brooks huddling up his team, 59-11 in his third season at Marian. Veteran lineup, Jan, all but Abby McNally. You got 4 upperclassmen, veteran starting group for this Marian team.
Yeah, and a little bit of change. Collier moves to the guard. Listen, he's going to try to put a little taller lineup up there and to see, and of course that puts Collier outside where she is one of the best three-point shooters in the country percentage-wise. And so we'll see how this all happens. We talked about there would be some tweaks. Well, there's tweak number 1.
Our Crossroads League, as assigned by the Crossroads League officiating crew, Brad Maxey, Todd Mosner, and Troy Ramey, set to go, and Rochester controls the tap. Mersheimer is trapped. Back out front to Martin. Rochester clad in the red uniforms, gray lettering, black numerals trimmed in gray. Marian in the home grays. Gold numerals and lettering trimmed in navy blue. Mersheimer corner jumper rolls off the rim, and Perryman's got the rebound. Bossy, who was a first-team All-League player last year, along with Collier, who was NAIA Player of the Year. McNally drive and kick. Perryman finds Collier on the back cut down the baseline, lays it in.
And you're going to see a lot of that. They want to get her to the free throw line, 95+% shooter from there. So I really expect to see a lot of dribble drive out of her.
Ella Collier 4 points away from 1,600 for her career. She ranks 3rd in program history. Mersheimer step back 3 is long, but Martin's got the weak side rebound and flips it up and in to tie the game over Gerard.
Well, and here comes the full court pressure. Marian misses a checkout that time, costs them a point.
Tie score. Now a run out. McNally is behind the field, and Perryman hits her for the easy one.
Well, this Rochester Ball Club got off. They've already played a game, 171-57, so they got a little bit of experience coming in. This will be the nice first ball game.
Mersheimer runs pick and roll at the top with Moore. Knights do a good job to cut that off. Crossover move by Martin, but missed the layup. McNally fights for the rebound with Moore and wins the battle as Knights get it out off the deflection. That gives Rochester, however, a chance to set up the full court pressure. McNally had it poked away on the trap. Now another advantage on the run out. Perryman leading the charge.
Nice.
Finds Bossy running the lane. Blocked by Moore and a foul.
Really nice dish inside. One of the things I thought that Marian women did so well last year was distribute the ball. Take a look right here. Little dish. Had her going really vertical to the hoop. And Marian wants to get to the free throw line. That is a huge part, as we well know, of their MO.
Bossy is 73%er last year. 44 out of 60 from the line.
I just thought Bossy just got better and better as that year went along last year. I think expectations are big for her, Rob.
First team all-league player last year, as we mentioned, the senior out of Brownsburg. 6-2 the score. Marian on top early. Inside 2 minutes gone. McNally has the loose ball. Collier walks it up.
Nice.
Gerard running the floor, got in too deep. Been able to kick it back out to Bossy. Collier wants it on the kick out. 3 on the way. Missed it just a tad long.
Pass was a little late getting there. She was open early and had to shoot a little quicker than she wanted to.
Summers, who had 23 in the opener, that's her first touch, number 1 in the red. The freshman out of Bel Air, Michigan. Moore on the roll to the bucket, missed the shot. Gerard taps it out. And the scramble for the loose ball. Perryman's got it, and she'll win the race to the goal for the easy one.
Perryman's just a tough player. I like her physicality, Rob. She just really battles, and you got to have that at this level and in this conference. If you're not physical, they will be.
Well, the test will be, she was a high-energy off-the-bench player. You move her into the starting lineup, somebody on the bench has got to bring that energy in replacement.
That's absolutely a great point. You are so right. Last year, she just brought that energy and spark, and now you still have to have that. Let's see who replaces that off the bench.
15 to shoot for the Warriors.
Certainly hard to deny her a starting position, though.
No.
She's a battler.
No. Martin got in too deep. Mersheimer in traffic. Kicks it out for the spot-up jumper that's a foot short by Loads.
Oh, nice
Leaking
pass.
out McNally. Great diagonal pass by Gerard. McNally finishes. Boy,
Beautiful
the Knights
pass.
are out and running.
And they love to do that. But it all starts with the rebound. You can't fast break if you don't get that rebound. We talked about that in the intro. They were a good rebounding ball club. They only beat teams by about 3 rebounds a game. That needs to improve a little bit this year.
3 fast break layups for the Knights. 3 of their 4 field goals have been fast break layups. And they're running again. McNally beats her defender down the floor, puts it up, rims it out.
Had a little bit of a bad angle. Just a bad luck bounce that time. Love the way they're running the floor, though, Rob.
10-2 the score, 4 minutes in. First sub at the table is Riley Place. Freshman guard waits. Meanwhile, the Knights get another turnover defensively.
When you run the floor, you get real good percentage shots.
McNally in the corner. Surveys early in the clock. Collier. Drive and kick. Perryman tries 3. That's long. Gerard, though, takes the rebound away from Moore.
Nice.
Shovel. Nice look
Love
to
it.
Collier. And the finish and the foul. Count it and put Collier on the line. The Knights getting to the rim with ease in the early going.
Gerard just really coming out, looking to just see who they can distribute the ball to. A couple really nice passes now by Kennedy Gerard.
Mersheimer takes the foul, her first. Couple subs in the game for the Knights. Aaliyah Evans is on. Averaged 9.5 points off the bench last year, did Evans, the senior out of Greensburg.
Well, and when Collier gets the ball in the middle, she's going to draw a lot of attention. Somebody's got to be open.
Jared Ocampo wants a 30-second timeout, so we'll go ahead and stay right here with 5:26 to go in the first quarter. And the Knights leading this one 13-2. Knights also subbed in Jayla Wayner, 5'5" senior out of Pittsburgh. Meanwhile, Rochester subbing in Riley Place, the 5'5" freshman out of Grand Blanc, Michigan. Tonight's game brought to us by AAA Roofing. When it rains, it pours, so trust the pros at AAA Roofing. That's who we call. Special thanks to AAA Roofing for their support of Marian Athletics. Knights shooting 63%, Rochester just 14%.
Well, you're going to shoot really well when you run the floor because you're going to get mainly layups, so that's what you want. You know, to win a good percentage of games, shot selection's everything, and that feeds right into that.
Collier pressuring Mersheimer into picking up the dribble. Way out high right. Martin resets against Wayner, down the lane, poked free. Mersheimer. And we got an illegal screen called on Mersheimer on the dribble handoff. That's her second foul, Mersheimer's second foul. If my accounting is correct, it is indeed. Team's third. 9 players available tonight for the Warriors making the trip down from suburban Detroit. Meanwhile, the Knights have 15 dressed.
Evans into the ball game. I thought she played some really good minutes last year, and they're going to need her as well.
And Perryman hits the game's first 3. Perryman was 5 out of 16 from the arc last season.
This is what you want out of a veteran team, Rob. You want them immediate focus. Sometimes younger teams need a little while to get their focus, but as experienced as Marian is, they came out and just are laser focused early.
Moore picks up the loose ball. Garrard overplaying the passing lane. Couldn't get the loose ball, and Moore lays it in, but Steve Brooks liked the aggressiveness of Garrard in the passing lane there. That stops what was a 14-0 Marian run, and they start another one there with another easy bucket on the back end of the press. Aaliyah Evans finishes and lays it in.
And Evans will do a good job. Evans runs the floor, but Rob, she knows where to go on the floor, which is just as important.
Martin's runner in the lane is good.
Really quick pace in this game. Really quick pace.
4 points for Martin, who leads Rochester.
Well, Marian was a ball club that averages 70, around 70 last year. I don't think they would be too sad if they up that a little bit. And I think you're going to see already Coach Brooks going to try to see what he's got, and he's really rotating them here early.
Abby McNally returns, and then one of 3 freshmen on the Marian roster, Josie Trable, number 33 out of East Central High School in southeastern Indiana, checks in.
Good power move.
McNally scores again. She has 6.
And that was a smart move. She gathered herself. She's a strong young lady, went up and used the glass.
Trable, a 5'9" freshman out of St. Leon, Indiana.
You know, we talk about the 6 seniors, but how about already the experience of some of the younger young ladies coming in that had some really good experience that are non-seniors?
McNally was freshman of the year in the Crossroads League last year. Averaged 11 points and 8 rebounds a game. Leah Albus is checked in for Rochester. Shot clock at 2. Pull up in the lane is too strong by Moore. Collier's got it ahead to Wayner. Drive and kick. Traber tries 3. Too strong on her first collegiate shot. And the rebound scooped up by Riley Place. Blocked away on the pass. And Collier commits the foul. That's first foul of the evening on the Knights.
Yeah, that's a good call. That's a tough one. Collier, that's not the foul Collier wants, and she knows it, but that's the right call.
Loose ball in the middle third of the floor. Collier takes the foul. 2:45 to go, first quarter. Been all Knights thus far. Traber pressuring the basketball. Albus, the freshman out of Sant Pedor, Spain. Layup rolls off the rim from Martin, and Evans has it for the Knights. Pass ahead to McNally. She wasn't looking. And the loose ball saved and up ahead. Albus on the push. Moore backs in against Evans. Evans holds her ground. Moore missed the shot. Martin tapped the rebound off the inline. Bossy returns to give Collier her first rest. Collier departs with 5 points.
You know, you talk so much about Collier, and rightfully so, but the more they can keep that pressure off of her to have to need to score 25 a game or 20 and just let her score while everybody else does her thing, the Knights will be really, really good.
A 2-3 trap. Nice find by Evans. Looking and finding McNally at the doorstep for the ease one. McNally has a quick 8, and it's 22-6.
Because Collier, she knows it, we know it. She's going to see a lot of doubles this year. Somebody's got to be open.
Reagan Clark has stepped in, number 23 in red, the 6-foot freshman out of Sydney, Ohio. Martin driving on Wayner, a little too much contact from the defender Wayner. Jayla takes the foul, her first.
I thought Wayner ended the year really improving on the defensive side, and I think that's what Coach Brooks wants out of her. Get some of those steals and help the team in that manner.
To your point, Wayner averaged 37 minutes a game in the 4 tournament games in the NAIA tournament.
She got hot at the right time. She struggled a little bit mid-season, but listen, to her credit, hung right in there mentally, and when the time was right, she really played her best ball. Let me tell you, these college seasons are long, long seasons, and it's as much mental keeping your head in the game.
Rochester still looking for its first 3-pointer. Bossy gets it back from Evans. Baseline jumper is way short, rebounded by Summers. Here's Martin. Shahad Bakar, I should say. Shahad Bakar, number 10 from Beirut, Lebanon, is into the game for Rochester. Bakar has it out between the circles. Inside a minute to go, first quarter.
Good hustle.
Bossy almost took it away. Now Evans ties her up. Possession arrow goes to the Knights, so Marian forces the 4th.
Really appreciated the hustle play out of Allison Bossy. Really got on the floor early, and that's why that whole thing happened, was because of the aggressiveness. And that's a Coach Brooks staple. If you're going to play, you better get on the floor defensively.
Bossy on the wing. Evans on the baseline, a spot up is long. Bakar on the push the other way for the Knights, rare run out, or for the Warriors rather, rare run out opportunity for the Warriors. And the Knights did a nice job to get back and stop it, and a nice right-hand drive by Summers.
Marian's got to get some backside help on that. She had a step on her defender and laid it in. Marian needs to rotate over a little quicker.
Final 10 seconds, and Evans draws a foul out high on Place. Now the Knights have gone almost 2 minutes without scoring to close out the quarter.
Well, they've had some good shots. They've just not shot the ball from outside incredibly well. Most of their shots early were all layups. They, other than the 1 3-pointer, they have not really got hot from outside.
Just a tick under 11 seconds to go. Down to McNally, and she dribbled it off her foot off the baseline. Second Knight turnover of the game.
She got to post up strong there and get the ball first.
In a hurry is Martin with 4. Trying to get a shot off on Trable and can't. Good defense by the freshman Trable. And that'll do it. First quarter of Marian Knights basketball at 23-24 is in the books, and the Knights lead it by 14. We'll step out briefly and come back to the PE Center on the west side of Indy. Quarter 2 ahead on the ISC Sports Network.
Marian University is like a home to me.
Campus is where I made friends that I know will last a lifetime.
Academics, sports, or arts, Marian's got something for you.
Plus, downtown Indy is just 10 minutes away from campus.
I'm a huge sports fan. Living in Indy, I've got the Knights, the Colts, and the Pacers.
Applying was so fast and easy.
I went to Marian for the education, but what I took away was the experience.
Marian University offers an exceptional education and an unforgettable experience. Apply today for full scholarship consideration at marian.edu.
Now Marian getting some easy buckets on the back end of the pressure applied by the Warriors. Marian getting 8 fast break points and 16 points in the paint. At 16 paint points matches the number that was Marian's biggest lead, Jan, in that first quarter. Knights take a 14-point advantage into quarter number 2.
Yeah, and we talked about you got to rebound to have transition basketball, so that was the key early. Thought they played really well out of the gate. As the quarter kind of moved on, I thought the shot selection was still pretty good. They just didn't hit, but the shots were there. Listen, on this team, if you're young, you've got to have confidence that you can hit that shot because you're going to get the ball. So let's see if that shooting can come around here in the second quarter.
And Marian led by Abby McNally, who had 8 points in the first quarter. Mari Martin with 4 to pace Rochester in quarter number 1. Warriors have the basketball to start the second quarter. Summers, Martin, Place, Bakar, and Clark, the 5 on the floor for the Warriors. Bakar tried to float a pass on the baseline, but flew it over the head of Clark and out of bounds.
Well, much better help side that time. She made a bad pass because the Knights got some help from backside, so she had to quickly throw a pass that she couldn't control. That was good defense by the Knights.
Marian begins the second quarter with 4 starters. Collier, Abby McNally, who cuts back door, Bossy, Gerard, and Aaliyah Evans, the lone bench player on the floor. Warriors take the rebound the other way, and McNally sends it off the end line and out of bounds.
Rochester coaching staff not real happy. About 3 times now he's felt like he should have gotten over the back, and so far they're letting him play a little bit.
Marian has certainly utilized its height advantage in the game thus far.
Well, he's a new coach as well, so he wants to make his mark on this team to show, listen, I'm a fighter, you better be too.
And Summers picked up her dribble in the paint, and Collier pulled the defensive move. We used to call that pulling the chair back in the day.
Right.
Traveling the call against the freshman Summers, turnover number 6.
They got to find Collier some shots now. The game's kind of burned in a little bit. Now they've got to know that she's that player that you got to get involved.
Bossy too hard with the drive. Rochester comes away with the rebound, and to your point, Jared Ocampo wanted an over the back on Kennedy Gerard. His Warriors got the rebound regardless. Evans called for the foul on Marian. Leah Evans' first foul. First on the Knights in the period.
Collier's really good about allowing the game to come to her, but this team has got to know this offense has to run through her as much as it possibly can. Don't want to force it, but certainly you got to know what you got on the floor too.
Well, especially when you find yourself in a game situation where you've not scored in 3.5 minutes.
Exactly right.
Which is where the Knights find themselves right now. Gerard tried to force a pass in transition that's stolen by Martin. Knights have not scored since the 1:55 mark to go in the first quarter. And we're 90 seconds deep into quarter number 2 as Martin hits the jumper top of the circle.
Well, and Collier's not touched the ball offensively. That can't happen either.
Rochester has scored 2 straight hoops. More about the Knights' scoring drought at this point. McNally out front to Evans. Bossy looking in the block, shot clock down to 6. Collier takes a small defender in the paint, draws the foul. Oh, traveling the call. Steve Brooks is a little bit more dismayed than I.
Let's see. Yep, no question. Right there, she traveled once. She traveled actually twice.
Before
she
the foul.
Yeah, before the foul.
Yep.
She shifted her feet once, and then she traveled the second time. So technically, she traveled twice.
I stand corrected. It's early in the season for broadcasters as well.
Listen, we're just comfortable being warm.
We're just trying. Yeah, that's a great point. 22-10 our score. Early stages, second quarter. Bakar's fall-away shot might have been partially blocked by McNally, who's sprinting out in front again. Nice job, though, by Summers to get back and contest that pass and allow her teammates to hustle back and stop the fast break. Perryman goes right at Summers and draws the foul. That's kind of what the Knights needed, to get somebody to get to the rim and get to the foul line to stop what has been over a 3.5-minute scoreless drought.
Good jump stop to not get the foul. But you can see the emphasis clearly by Coach Brooks is get the ball and go. But last few times have been just a little bit out of control, and it's not there. You've got to recognize, listen, it's game one. We get it. But you've got to recognize if it's not there, don't waste a possession as well.
Tamia Perryman, this is her 23rd career start, but her first in over 3 years. In a couple years, I should say, at least. Did not start a game last year. All 28 of her games last year were off the bench, and then she missed the previous year due to a knee injury.
Listen, Rochester's hanging around here a little bit. Marian has allowed them to get back to 13.
Gerard, too aggressive on the post defense, takes the foul. Her first, team second. (23-10). Place left alone for three.
Got it.
First three of the ball game for Rochester after missing its first two.
Give Rochester some credit, man. They've hung around here, clawed back in to just a 10-point lead now for the Knights. Knights need to get some movement here.
McNally fans out to the arc. Collier posting the smaller defender, Martin. Deep catch. Backs it out of the triple. Shovel across the lane, 3 seconds.
Yeah, I've got to go up. Just not enough time in there. She's just got to go up and get that foul.
Well, they recognized the mismatch as Collier at 6 feet was being checked by the 5'5" Martin, but Collier was unable to get the ball up quickly enough, and once the third defender arrived, the turnover ensued. Turnaround shot is missed. Gerard with the clearing rebound.
Good decision, not there.
Collier looks it over. McNally wants it. Turns, fades, shoots,
Good
and
post.
hits.
Good possession by the Knights. They've got to use her more for a couple reasons. A, she's really good. Second of all, that draws double teams. That means somebody can be open if she can't score. Good decision.
McNally, first player for either team into double figures. She has 10. First Knight field goal of the second quarter comes at the 6:04 mark. Martin cut off the foul line, looked for the slip, and loads, and Gerard snuffed it out, leaking out. McNally catches the pass from Perryman and lays it in.
Great pass, great court awareness.
If I didn't know any better, I think Abby McNally spent the offseason running track. She has beaten her defender repeatedly down the floor for easy buckets.
She's that player, though. She's always in great condition and always knows to run the floor hard. And you can get a lot of good shots and points, Rob, if you just do a good job running the floor.
Albus traveled out top. Sub into the game, Melanie Moore. And Summers has a seat for the Warriors. 27-13. Knights back on top by 14. Nearing the halfway mark, quarter number 2. Gerard dribble handoff, McNally. Wheels to Collier. Gerard, right block spins, fade shoots.
Really
That's
pretty.
a power move right there.
She's so effective, so strong, and can elevate. She does a great job on that jump stop and then just elevates hard. Good job.
The veteran Gerard, the grad student, her first 2. Knights have scored 6 in a row and matched their biggest lead of the evening, 16. Martin drove in the traffic. Ball poked free, loose on the deck. Who's got it? Shot clock at 10. Warriors have it.
Knights getting physical. I like it.
Albus with 4. Don't think she knows it. Collier pressures. Ball's loose. And the shot clock goes off as the ball was rolling toward the near sideline.
Coach Brooks going to be happy about that defensive possession. Thought they double-teamed hard, were physical, got on the floor, and they got themselves a possession simply because they got physical defensively.
Collier pressured by Martin. Spins out of the double team, McNally. Bossy attacks right side. Driving kick, Perryman out to Collier. Sets for the long two, hit it,
Yep.
foot on the line.
But
Collier
good-
with 7.
But see, that's what good ball rotation and movement will do. That alone will get Collier that open look at 3.
And that last possession might be a glimpse of how Collier at the point guard works. She
no
initiates,
question.
then the ball gets reversed back to her in a shooting spot at the arc.
You're exactly right, Rob. But the key is you got to have good spacing and quick ball rotation.
Perryman splits the double team. Now on the move, Bossy the long two,
See,
got
now,
it.
See, now they're moving. Marian's doing a much better job of moving without the ball. See the difference in shot selection? No question about it.
And not coincidentally, the lead is 20. 3.5 to go, first half. Subs at the table for both teams, awaiting the next stoppage. Mersheimer cut off at the elbow. 10 to shoot for Summers, who's back into the contest. Backing on McNally. Turnaround shot good. J.C. Summers.
Yeah, Summers was able to get really deep in the paint that time. That's a nice shot on her part.
That stops a 10-0 Knights run. The lead 18, inside 3 minutes to go, first half. Perryman finds Bossy on the slip, and the layup good.
Well, Perryman's just doing an excellent job of feeding the ball. She's got her head up, she's seeing the court, and what, she has at least 3 or 4 assists here early.
How about if I said 7?
Okay, like I said, over 7 assists. Rob, that's why I love working with you, because, see, if I get close, I know you'll take care of me.
She's seen it even better than you thought.
A lot of people do that.
Yeah, she is picking, Perryman has been picking out her spots. Gerard tried to find Perryman on the high-low, and Perryman being held in the block by Martin, and foul called. With 2:19 to go in the half. Martin's foul, her first, team second. 3 subs into the game for the Knights. Wayner and Evans return, and we get our first look at Taylor Double, another one of the freshmen, number 23 in gray and white, gray and gold, I should say. Taylor Double, the 5'11 freshman out of Huntington North High School.
Well, listen, if you're a freshman, you get an opportunity. You got to make your mark here early.
So it's Evans, Wayner, Collier, Double, and Gerard, the 5 for the Knights. Collier lost the handle in traffic. The tough spot to catch that pass. Turnover number 6 for the Knights. Melanie Moore returned for Rochester. 35-15 our score.
Knights need to finish strong. 2 minutes left. Need to defensively kick it in and just finish strong here. That's what good teams do.
3 out top by Summers is good.
Rob, she's wanting the ball and she's filling it.
Summers with 5 in the quarter, 7 in the ball game to lead the Warriors. Inside 100 seconds to go, first half. Collier fans out, and Gerard deep post. Shot partially blocked by Moore and collected by Summers. McCarr behind the back through the midcourt traffic. Gets it back. Look for the cutter, instead takes it into the lane and dragged the pivot foot for the turnover. Turnover number 12 for Rochester. Evans on the far side. Double, her first touch over to Collier. Wayner the drive, cut off at the rim, she double dribbled. Yep, got into the traffic and loads at 6 feet, came over to stop her progress to the rim, and Wayner turned it over. Teams trade turnovers inside the final minute of the first half at the PE Center. Season opener for the Marian Knights. Mersheimer missed the shot at the layup against the contest. Knights trying to go 2 for 1 if they hurry. Gerard slipped the defender and got to the rim off the bounce from Evans.
Yeah, really nice pass from Evans. Bounce pass inside. I tell you, Gerard has played pretty well this first half.
4 points, 3 rebounds for Gerard in the first half. Shot clock is off. Final 10 seconds of half number 1. Bakar Runner from the foul line, hit on the shot by Wayner.
That's not a good foul. That's not one you want to get there. She's going to the rim, and she got it from behind. She's got help on the backside. Just let the backside help take care of that. You don't want to ever get a foul from behind unless it's just a breakaway.
Shahad Bakar shoots 2, the freshman out of Beirut, Lebanon. First one is no good. It's the first Rochester free throws of the night. The Knights have shot just 5. Second one good. 5 seconds and 2/10 to work with for the Knights. Baseball pass ahead to Evans into the forecourt. Evans turns the corner, puts it up, puts it in, and draws the foul.
Nice look from Collier. Seen her slipping away. Evans really used her body well that time to shield herself, and that's why she collects this foul. Here's the nice pass from Collier. See how she used her body to keep the defender on her back, and then not only did she get it, but was fouled. Well done.
Well, Evans had the angle on Grace Loads and never gave it up. Converts the three-point play. Foul on Loads, her first. 2.5 seconds to go. Mersheimer heaves it up off the back of the rim from 35, and that'll do it. So the Knights take their biggest lead of the evening, 40-19. It's a 21-point advantage. It's an 18-11 second quarter advantage for the Knights. Halftime activities from the PE Center are next. You're watching Marian Knights basketball on the ISC Sports Network.
Still waiting? You could have been seen by an orthopedic specialist at Ortho Indy Urgent Care. Avoid the wait, cost, and drama of the ER. Ortho Indy Urgent Care. Orthopedic care without the drama. Find a location near you. Still waiting? You could have been seen by an orthopedic specialist at Ortho Indy Urgent Care. Avoid the wait, cost, and drama of the ER. Ortho Indy Urgent Care. Orthopedic care without the drama. Find a location near you.
Pepsi's always had great taste. Today, try great taste with zero sugar. This is the Pepsi with zero compromises. This is Pepsi Zero Sugar.
This is the Pepsi for America's best barbecue. Worthy of 100-mile detours and 1,000 likes. Looks good. This is the Pepsi for mopping, dipping, and dousing. Whatever you're craving, this is the Pepsi for you. This is the Pepsi for serious fans and serious eats. This is the Pepsi for Sundays at the ballpark and days off at your favorite pizza joint. Right, Aaron?
Best slice in New York.
Whatever you're craving, this is the Pepsi for you.
Meet Chip. 30 years ago, he started a small business with a big idea. Today, there's a new building, a new fleet of equipment, and a new era of leadership. But we know Chip, and at Indiana Members Credit Union, we know he plans to keep growing, building business with the next generation. IMCU is here to help with secure and simple account management tools and commercial financing to grow business. Today, it's all about Chip. Tomorrow, it's all about you. Because at IMCU, it's you that matters.
Rob Brown, Jan Bozier back with you at the PE Center, west side of Indianapolis on the campus of Marian University on this Halloween night. Marian University ranked 5th in the country in the first NAIA poll of the season, leading this season opener 40-19 over Rochester University. That youngster's got his shark costume on tonight, ready to go, grab some candy on Halloween. Story in that first half, Jan, I think was Marian's ability to get out and run. We'll get deeper into the numbers as we go further along in this halftime show, but with 24 points in the paint and 12 fast break points. A lot of shots at the rim for the Knights in that first half. A lot of easy buckets for the Knights in that first half.
Yeah, they were plus 14 in the first period and plus 7 in the second period. Listen, how do you argue? You got 40 and you held them to 19. Here's the problem. The bar is so high, everybody just wants everything to be perfect. That's not going to be that way. They play pretty well. He's playing a lot of girls. He's going to do that early because he's got to figure out what his rotation's going to be. who are the young people who can play. He's not really seen the freshmen, sophomores a little bit. But listen, all in all, I like what they did early. They pushed it, and it starts on the rebounding end. I thought there were times when they got locked in defensively, and, man, when they did, they played really good. And then it carried kind of over to the offensive side and got really nice movement.
Knights scoring 40 points in that first half despite going almost 4 full minutes without scoring. When you take the minute 55 to close the first quarter and the 2.5 minutes to actually that's over 4 minutes. The 2.5 minutes to start the second quarter, they did not score a point. And despite all that, they still scored 40 points in the first half.
Yeah, once again, that gets back to the expectations are just so high, and I want Collier to hit 10 threes in this first half. That's not fair to her. She's really good and smart about allowing the game to come to her. There'll be a point in time when this team knows that ball's got to go through her, but right now is not that time. They want to get a lot of players in, get a lot of experience, get everybody's feet warmed up. This is just their first game, but I thought, once again, how do you argue with 40 points offensively and just giving up 19 defensively?
Knights led by Abby McNally. She leads all scorers with 12 points. J.C. Summers has 7 to pace Rochester. We'll take our first break here in the halftime show. We'll come back. We'll take a deeper look at the first half numbers as the Knights lead it by 21 on Halloween. Batman is here. We are as well. Back in a moment on the ISC Sports Network.
Meet Zach. Day and night, rain or shine, even just out for a spin, Zach gets around. But we know Zach, and at Indiana Members Credit Union, we know he's been saving up to trade up. IMCU is here to help Zach and you drive your dream. Lock in your rate with pre-approval. It's fast, free, and makes buying the car of your dreams easier. Today, it's all about Zach. Tomorrow, it's all about you. Because at IMCU, it's you that matters. Meet Kate. She has a lot to juggle. Family, work, it can lead to trying days and tired nights. But we know Kate, and at Indiana Members Credit Union, we know at some point her space at a premium life may change. IMCU is here to help Kate and you find your space. Now, add on or remodel with an introductory rate of 3.9% APR on a home equity line of credit. Today, it's all about Kate. Tomorrow, it's all about you. Because at IMCU, it's you that matters.
Does your school offer high-quality education? Does it offer virtual or hybrid options? Marian University Preparatory School educates students in a safe, faith-based environment focused on college and career exploration. Here at Marian University Preparatory School, we empower parents and help students to master what they love and learn as they live. We are now enrolling students in grades 6 through 9 this fall. Full financial aid packages are still available. Act now to make MU Prep your school for 2022.
Marian University is like a home to me.
Campus is where I made friends that I know will last a lifetime.
Academics, sports, or arts, Marian's got something for you.
Plus, downtown Indy is just 10 minutes away from campus.
I'm a huge sports fan. Living in Indy, I've got the Knights, the Colts, and the Pacers.
Applying was so fast and easy.
I went to Marian for the education, but what I took away was the experience.
Marian University offers an exceptional education and an unforgettable experience. Apply today for full scholarship consideration at marian.edu.
Now back at the PE Center on the campus of Marian University. Marian Knights women's basketball squad leading this season opener 40-19 the break over the Rochester Warriors out of suburban Detroit. Tonight's game is brought to us by Pepsi. Grab a Pepsi and some friends and get in the game. Pepsi, proud partner of Marian University Knights. Tonight's game is also brought to us by Indiana Members Credit Union. Indiana Members Credit Union is proud to support Marian University and now offers a Marian University Knights debit card. The card is included when you open a free IMCU checking account. Get your Marian University Knights debit card today and show your support. Visit any IMCU branch or sign up online now at imcu.com. Let's take a look at some first half numbers. We mentioned Abby McNally leads the Knights. She has 12 points, 7 points for Ella Collier, 6 points for Allison Bossy and Tamia Perryman, 5 points for Leah Evans off the bench. Kennedy Gerard had 4 points, and that rounds out the Marian scores. Jayla Wayner And the freshman Taylor Double and the freshman Josie Trable also played in that first half, did not score. For Rochester, J.C. Summers, the freshman who came in with 23 points last Saturday in the opener. She leads the Warriors at the break with 7. Amari Martin with 6. Riley Place with 3 off the bench. 2 points for Melanie Moore. A single free throw for Shahad Bakar off the bench. And rounds out the Rochester scorers. Celeste Mersheimer, Grace Loads, Reagan Clark, and Leah Albus all played in that first half, did not score. Knights shot 65%, 17 out of 26 from the floor. Rochester 35%, 8 out of 23. A little bit surprised, Jim, the Knights shot just 4 threes in that first half.
Yeah, no, that's very accurate. It was what Rochester had decided you're going to try to take something away. They extended their defense early, and so between the transition buckets, and I thought the Knights did a pretty good job of recognizing McNally could do some things underneath. They got her the ball, and it was good to see her come up with that big point production. She's a young lady who averaged just 11 last year, so to come out with some decent numbers here early, those are the types of numbers I think if she can continue to produce those numbers, that's going to help the Knights offense.
Perryman hit the lone Knights 3 in the first half. Rochester 2 out of 4 from the arc. Summers and Place each connecting. Knights outscoring the Warriors 5-1 from the foul line. And Marian with a 14-11 edge on the glass. We'll take another break. First half highlights next on the ISC Sports Network.
Still waiting? You could have been seen by an orthopedic specialist at Ortho Indy Urgent Care. Avoid the wait, cost, and drama of the ER. Ortho Indy Urgent Care. Orthopedic care without the drama. Find a location near you. Still waiting? You could have been seen by an orthopedic specialist at Ortho Indy Urgent Care. Avoid the wait, cost, and drama of the ER. Ortho Indy Urgent Care. Orthopedic care without the drama. Find a location near you.
Pepsi's always had great taste. Today, try great taste with zero sugar. This is the Pepsi with zero compromises. This is Pepsi Zero Sugar.
Let's take a look at some first half highlights as the Knights lead Rochester 40-19. Jan mentioned Tamia Perryman in her first start in almost 3 years. Perryman was all over the place, involved. Had 6 points, 4 rebounds, and a team-high 7 assists.
Yeah.
She was incredible in that first half.
Those are big numbers. You love to see those 7 assists because that tells you she's looking to not only score, but to get it to the open player. And I thought she played incredibly well. I thought the Knights overall did what was given to them. We talked about not a lot of threes. Some of that Rochester tried to take the 3 away because they extended their defense, and so that allowed a lot of inside looks.
Well, there's Abby McNally with a block shot. One of the 2 threes that Rochester hit, that's Riley Place knocking down the 3. Kennedy Gerard also active around the rim, both offensively and defensively. And there's a long 2 kick out, one of Perryman's 7 assists. There's Perryman again, drive and kick. Great first half for Tamia Perryman, the redshirt junior out of Fishers, as the Knights lead this ball game by 21.
Well, Perryman created those assists a couple times because of what she did inside. She drew the double team. Therein lies the open player, and not only did she draw the double team, she recognized where that open player was and got him the ball.
No statistic shows how well the Knights shared the basketball more than the fact that Marian in that first half, 15 assists on 17 field goals.
You'll take that any day of the week.
Well, that's the kind of thing, other than defense, that's the kind of thing that's going to make Steve Brooks smile in that first half, how his team shared the basketball.
Well, you've got enough players who can score. You want to do that, and we talked about that. That being said, and I'm not going to try to just beat a dead horse here, but Collier needs some touches as well. She's so unselfish at times. There's going to be times where she needs to be selfish. That wasn't necessarily time in the first half. I think she's just going to let the game come to her. She knew the other players were doing what they needed to do, and that's a smart player. That's a leader, the captain of this ball club.
We'll take one more break here in the halftime show. When we come back, third quarter's next from the PE Center on the ISC Sports Network.
This is the Pepsi for America's best barbecue. Worthy of 100-mile detours and 1,000 likes. Looks good. This is the Pepsi for mopping, dipping, and dousing. Whatever you're craving, this is the Pepsi for you. This is the Pepsi for serious fans and serious eats. This is the Pepsi for Sundays at the ballpark and days off at your favorite pizza joint. Right, Aaron?
Best slice in New York.
Whatever you're craving, this is the Pepsi for you.
Meet Chip. 30 years ago, he started a small business with a big idea. Today, there's a new building, a new fleet of equipment, and a new era of leadership. But we know Chip, and at Indiana Members Credit Union, we know he plans to keep growing, building business with the next generation. IMCU is here to help with secure and simple account management tools and commercial financing to grow business. Today, it's all about Chip. Tomorrow, it's all about you. Because at IMCU, it's you that matters.
Well, the Knights will have the basketball to start the second half, which is around the corner here in a moment. Tonight's game is brought to us by Tom O'Brien, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram. If saving money is important to you, visit Tom O'Brien, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, a proud sponsor of Marian Athletics. Tom O'Brien is Indy's preferred Jeep dealer with 2 locations and the biggest Jeep inventory in Indiana. To show their support, Tom O'Brien will donate $200 to Marian for every car any student, parent, employee, or friend of Marian buys when you mention this promo. Go Knights and go to Tom O'Brien to see how our family worked for you since 1933. Tonight's game also brought to us by First Onsite, formerly More Restoration, and they're here to help power you through whatever comes your way. From fire and flood to catastrophic storms or biohazards, they have the team, technology, and resources to help you restore, rebuild, and rise. Go Knights.
Rob, I think a key for the Knights in the second half, just didn't like in any sport when you get off to this big a lead, will you put your foot down on the gas or will you take it off? Clearly you don't want that. With a big lead, you want them to come out just as focused as they were in that first period. So let's see how the Knights react here in game number 1 and quarter number 3.
And that's Jan Bozier. I'm Rob Brown. Happy you're spending part of your Tuesday night with us. Hope you've got us on a place in your living room, and you've got the candy bowl nearby as you're making your trips to the front door to pass out the candy. Great crew with us tonight. Vince Morellis, our director. Brianna Manley on the replay and the graphics. Rob Lynch, Aaron Van Wolde, and Aaron Scheibelhut on the cameras tonight. What's the number 1 ranked candy in the Bozier house? What's your go-to?
We're payday people.
Payday.
Oh, yeah.
My mother-in-law is huge on the paydays.
Oh, yeah. No,
that's your go-to, the paydays.
That's 1A. 1B is
Okay.
a good Hershey bar. You
Okay.
can't go wrong there either.
I'm kind of a Kit Kat guy myself.
Yeah, I can't see that. A, I don't like cats, and B, I don't like that candy bar.
Payday. I can see you's a payday guy.
Yeah.
Marian with basketball first.
Let's see what adjustments, if any, that Coach Brooks makes here in the second half.
Marian has its original starters on the floor. And Mersheimer with the steal to start the second half and draws the foul on Bossy. So Jared Ocampo sending out Riley Place to start the second half.
Yeah, that was not a good.
Instead of Amari Martin, this was the starting 5 that Rochester used on Saturday afternoon.
That was not a good inter pass inside. That was a bad angle.
So Bossy takes the foul as Marian begins the second half with a turnover. Knocked out of play. So Collier, Perryman, Bossy, Gerard, McNally, the Marian Knights 5. Summers, Place, Mersheimer. Actually, Martin is out there instead of Load, so they've gone small. Knights steal it away. Perryman throws it ahead to McNally. Back to Perryman, running the floor, partially blocked by Reagan Clark.
Got to go up strong on that. You got to anticipate getting fouled.
Martin leaks out, missed the layup. Collier tapped the rebound, though, out of bounds. No teammate there to scoop it up, and it stays with Rochester. So let's set the Rochester lineup. We got a little bit of a scramble here. So Jared Ocampo, hands on hips. He started Riley Place and Reagan Clark in this second half. instead of Grace Lodes and Melanie Moore. So a much smaller lineup. Mersheimer, kick to Martin. In the lane with 5, blocked by Perryman, rebounded by Gerard. 4-on-2. Gerard holds up, finds Perryman on the trail. Great look away pass to Bossy, blocked by Martin, out of bounds.
Nice look inside. Got a hand on the layup. Once again, Knights looking to run when they can.
The 5'5", Amari Martin getting up to block that one away. Perryman threw it to a cutting Bossy, who had cut one way and the pass went the other.
Yeah, just lack of communication there. That's where you got to talk.
So the Knights begin the second half with 2 turnovers, and Steve Brooks responds accordingly.
Yeah, not a great start here in the first couple minutes for the Knights. You want your team to be sharp, but just let's see if they can recover here quickly.
Aaliyah Evans comes on. As Perryman takes a seat.
Rochester a little bit smaller lineup, as you mentioned here. I think they're trying to help with the transition defense here. They know they got beat early, so I think they've tried to go with a little bit quicker lineup, perhaps to try to slow down transition.
And you sacrifice offensive rebounding to get back. Summers hits her second 3 of the game. She's into double figures.
Yeah, she's had a pretty good ball game so far. It's got a nice looking shot from outside.
The freshman from Bel Air, Michigan. Evans over the top of the zone to Collier. Spins on Martin, takes her to the rim and draws the foul. That's the 6-foot Collier attacking the 5'5" Martin, recognizing the mismatch and going right to it.
Yeah, well said, Rob. She recognized immediately that is a mismatch, and more likely she's going to collect a foul and perhaps the and one. But this is where she needs to live.
Martin's foul, her second.
93.6% from the free throw line.
That's 102 out of 109 last year.
That's impressive.
Second in the country in free throw percentage. The NAIA Player of the Year was Ella Collier last season. 42-22, the lead is 20.
Collier now with 9.
Summers left-hand drive, had it poked free by Evans. Gerard's on the run, 3-on-1. Try to shovel it across the lane to Bossy. And it's knocked out of bounds by Clark.
Yeah, that's a tough pass. I thought she perhaps had the right open, but she tried to go to the left, and the defender was just a little overplaying to get that pass to ever get there.
Nice cut by Gerard off the inbound. Evans found her. Gerard couldn't finish. She was fouled, however, and Gerard shoots 2. Foul is on Reagan Clark, her first, team second. Melanie Moore returns for the Warriors, replacing J.C. Summers.
One thing you have to like, at least so far, out of the Knights is shot selection. When they've shot from outside, they have not shot incredibly great, but because they've got such great looks around the rim, their shot selection has been good, and so has their percentage.
The Knights have taken, I don't know what the number is, but they've taken very few shots outside of 5 feet.
Oh, yeah.
And the Knights have only taken 4 3-pointers. I can recall 3 or 4 mid-range jump shots, but that's about it. 44-32, Gerard hits both free throws. Left side 3 is long, but their weak side rebound snagged out of the air by Moore. Possession continues on a short clock for the Warriors. Mersheimer drives, flipped up the wild shot off the rim. Moore rebounds, her shot's rushed and missed.
But Rochester got a couple looks at it that time.
Collier finds Bossy running the lane, bounce across the paint to Evans. Missed the short 10-footer on the baseline. Mersheimer head to Martin. Cut off by Bossy. Mersheimer driving kick, and Mersheimer is hand-checked en route by McNally. That's Abby's first foul and the team's second. Summers right back into the contest as Clark has a seat.
Well, you look at the Knights, and they've only scored 4 points, and we're clear down past 7 minutes now.
3 minutes gone. Long three is in and out by Place.
Good decision. Smart decision right there. Wasn't there. Set it up. Get a good shot.
Evans in the corner. Tried to find Collier on the back cut, but a nice job by Summers to cut that option off. McNally tries a three. That's short. McNally attempted just 6 threes last year in 35 games. Mersheimer the other way, tries one of her own and banks it in. Celeste Mersheimer for three. Hit 3 threes in Rochester's win on Saturday.
Knights need a bucket, Rob.
Rochester has outscored
There
Marian.
it is, timeout.
6-3
Good
here in the
timeout.
quarter. Steve Brooks calls his first timeout of the season. We'll go ahead and take one as well. 6:11 to go in quarter number 3. Marian leads 44-25. We're back in a moment on the ISC Sports Network.
Meet Zach. Day and night, rain or shine, even just out for a spin, Zach gets around. But we know Zach, and at Indiana Members Credit Union, we know he's been saving up to trade up. IMCU is here to help Zach and you drive your dream. Lock in your rate with pre-approval. It's fast, free, and makes buying the car of your dreams easier. Today, it's all about Zach. Tomorrow, it's all about you. Because at IMCU, it's you that matters.
Now Steve Brooks huddling his team up as the Knights struggling a little bit to get the offense going. Rochester has outscored Marian 6-3 to start this second half. Tonight's game is brought to us by BSN Sports. Thank you to BSN Sports, the preferred provider of apparel for Marian Knights athletics.
Well, there's no question about it. Coach Brooks, not disappointed necessarily, but knows that he can get more out of this offense than they got there in that couple minutes. So that was a good timeout. They just needed to sit down and restructure a little bit and get that offense kind of back in sync a little bit.
Well, you made the comment in the second quarter when the Knights had that 10-0 run in the middle of the second quarter. When you have a veteran lineup and the Knights turn it over out of the timeout, when you have a veteran lineup like this and you combine that veteran lineup with ball movement and player movement, it's awfully difficult to stop. And it's a beauty to watch. But the Knights have had a hard time getting back to that.
I wasn't going to say it, but now I got to say it. This is where you got to get Collier some shots. Get your leader back and get some shots, get him to fall, and get this offense back in sync a little bit.
McNally got the steal, and then the Knights turn it over at the other end. Jayla Weiner has returned for Aaliyah Evans.
I'll tell you, Rochester's got a little momentum going right now.
Back cutting Summers, tied up by Collier. Collier thought she might have forced a tie-up. Instead, it's a Collier foul and 2 free throws for the freshman Summers.
Well, right now the 50-50 balls are going to Rochester, and that's what Coach Brooks seen as well. That's the focus of got to guard against that big lead, not being sharp.
I've been around basketball too long and too many basketball coaches to remember the coach who said this to me first. So I wish I could give it proper credit, but it's so true. The ball finds energy.
It does.
And right now, the more energetic team is Rochester.
Yeah, no question about it. That's a great thing. I had not heard that, but it's so true. I'm sure I heard it. I probably forgot it more than I did.
I wish I could remember the coach who first told me that and give he or she the proper credit.
But isn't that really true?
It's
Regardless of
absolutely true.
what sport ever you play,
It's absolutely
the
true.
energy just finds itself, and good things happen when there's energy involved.
2 free throws good for Summers. Summers leads Rochester with 12. Traber, the freshman's back in. Trable drives, cut off, finds Bossy. Tried to find McNally on the slip, and too much traffic there to get that pass through. Summers steps into a 3. That's an air ball short, but Place has the rebound, flips it up, and flips it in, and she's spun away from the defenders.
Well, listen, there's no other way to say it, but to say it, Rochester's outplaying the Knights right now. They just are.
7-0 Rochester run to cut the lead down to 15. That was once 22.
Got to get some movement. See, got to get some more movement out of the Knights.
Bossy left wing against Mersheimer with 10 to shoot. Wayner down the baseline, cut off with 2. In the lane, stolen away by Mersheimer as the shot clock goes off. Steve Brooks wants another timeout.
Well, defensively, Rochester has flat out picked it up. They're doubling on the ball. They're being aggressive, and the way you combat that is better ball movement, reversal, and you move.
Timeout, Marian. We'll take another 30-second timeout as well. 4:40 to go, third quarter. Marian leads Rochester 44-29. We're back at 30 on the ISC Sports Network.
Meet Kate. She has a lot to juggle. Family, work. It can lead to trying days and tired nights. But we know Kate, and at Indiana Members Credit Union, we know at some point her space at a premium life may change. IMCU is here to help Kate and you find your space. Now, add on or remodel with an introductory rate of 3.9% APR on a home equity line of credit. Today, it's all about Kate. Tomorrow, it's all about you. Because at IMCU, it's you that matters.
Now Rochester taking the trip down from suburban Detroit for tonight's Marian night season opener, and the Warriors, a 7-0 run, chopped a 22-point Marian lead down to 15. 4:40 to go in the third quarter.
Well,
Marian will be back in action this weekend in Nebraska, in a tournament at Concordia in Nebraska, while Rochester will be back at home, or actually be on the road, taking on Union and UC Merced.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's an early tournament. You get an opener here, and then you immediately go into a little bit of a classic. And on the road, that's no small road trip.
Any bus ride to Nebraska is not a small road
That's
trip.
for sure. Listen, here's what they talked about. They've got to get some rhythm in their offense.
Well, Abby McNally's twin sister Kylie is in the ball game, so the McNally sisters on the floor together out there with Collier, Wayner, and the freshman Trable. Kylie McNally grabs the rebound. Collier down the baseline, attacks, puts it up, rolled it off the rim, fighting for the rebound, a tie-up, and the arrow favors Rochester.
Well, you can't fault Collier for the drive, but boy, sure looked like she had an 18-footer wide open there.
Kylie McNally appeared in 15 games last year. She and her sister Abby out of Cincinnati Coleraine High School in their second collegiate seasons. Trable's got the steal. 3-on-2. Right wing to Collier. Steps by the defender, lays it in with the right hand.
Little crossover step by Collier. Ran the floor very well. Good pass.
Collier's into double figures. Has crossed the 1,600-point barrier tonight in her career. Third place all-time career scorer. Shot is rushed and missed. Defended by Abby McNally, rebounded by Kylie McNally.
Taking a look at the last play. Marian, one of the things they've done a very good job at, and clearly that's something they've obviously worked on all preseason, is to run the floor, get good spacing, fill the lanes, because of the things they've done very well tonight, that clearly has been one of them. See if they can get a little run going here.
Collier pump fakes the defender off the floor and draws the foul on Martin. Martin's third and the team's fourth.
Collier's clearly looking to drive here early,
Actually,
Rob.
that's Martin's fourth foul, excuse me. Last two fouls have been on Martin. So she checks out, replaced by Riley Place. Mersheimer jumped the passing lane and knocked it out of bounds off of Wayner. The Knights turn it over again. 4 turnovers in the last 4.5 minutes for the Knights.
That's pretty high in a short period of time.
13 total in the ball game. And the Knights steal it away. Kylie McNally finds Trable. Shovel over to Collier. Put it up, no, but drew the foul on Place and shoots it twice.
Really nice pass that time. Take a look here. Again, see, they get the ball to the middle. That's always key when you're running the floor. Get the ball to the middle. That gives you two players, one filling each lane. It gives you some different looks as you run the floor. Clearly, the Knights have emphasized that.
Collier 5 in the quarter. Make it 6. And a team high 13 points. 48-29, inside 3 minutes to go, third quarter. Mersheimer sets up the high screen roll. Leaves it for Albus. Cut off on the baseline, turned it over. Kylie McNally's done some things defensively with a couple turnovers forced and a rebound.
Completely agree.
Off the bench.
She's been solid defensively, well said. Absolutely agree. And she's going to have to do that. She's going to have to be that defender that brings that every game.
Great back cut on the back screen and a find by Trable. Trable has 2 straight assists, setting up Collier. It's back to a 20-plus point lead, 21 to be exact. Shot missed, rebounded by Trable. Trable looks it over to Wayner. Trable off the screen, put it up with the right hand, good.
How about that shot?
Josie Trable, her first collegiate points.
And a degree of difficulty, at least 8+.
The freshman out of St. Leon, Indiana, and East Central High School. And the Knights on an 8-0 run have their biggest lead of the evening, inside 2 minutes. Out of the double in the corner to Mersheimer. Place run off the three-point line. And a reach-in foul called on the Knights. Couple defenders there. Where's it go? Collier. Collier's third. And the team's fourth. Rochester's over the limit. That was the Knights' last foul to give. Tamia Perryman back in for Collier. Perryman jumps the passing lane and races to the other end with a left-hand lay-in.
Just a great hustle play. Great anticipation. She's deceivingly quick.
Yes, she is. Right off the bench, into the game, immediate energy and a bucket in transition. Trable got a hand on it, couldn't get the steal. Kylie McNally in the passing lane pokes it out of bounds.
Here's the steal right there.
Perryman.
That's just a veteran knowing how to anticipate a pass.
Steve Brooks wanted a backcourt violation there. Bakar drives in the bucket, puts it up, puts it in, and draws the foul.
Referee saying she didn't have possession, so he felt like the dribble into the backcourt was her first possession. Right, wrong, or indifferent, that's what he said.
Foul's on Kylie McNally, her first, team's fifth. Bakar with the field goal. That ends the Knights' run at 10-0.
And they needed that. They needed to put a little run together, get this offense back in gear a little bit.
Well, Bakar completes the three-point play. Sarah Mayora Shoba's into the game for the Knights, wearing number 22. Perryman drives, missed the layup off the back of the rim. Bakar run off the three-point line, tied up on the way to the rim, and the arrow favors the Knights. Abby McNally gets the turnover forced.
Quick hands there. Good job not to foul, just ties her up. Under a minute now, Rob.
54-32. Knights have led by as much as 25 in this third quarter.
Good
Down low, Kylie McNally with the score.
Good two-man play that time. Little momentum now for the Lady Knights.
Kylie's first two. 26-32. Runner in the lane is good by Summers.
She's played well tonight.
She's an impressive
Yeah,
freshman,
she
Summers.
is. She is. Played a very nice ball game.
Leads Rochester with 14. Shot clock off.
Just a freshman.
Mayora Silva out front.
Well, she led them in their first game with 23.
Marian got the step, missed the layup. Summers tied up, but the arrow favors Rochester, so the Warriors keep it with 8 2/10. Bradley places back in. Knights hoping to get Rochester hoping to get up a quick three to beat the horn here. Mersheimer across the line with 6. Had it poke free from Perryman. Perryman all the way, runs it up, had to flip it up to beat the horn, did not have time to get to the rim, and that'll do it. So the Knights outscore Rochester 16-15. Rochester owning the front half of the quarter, the Knights the back half. And it's a 22-point Marian lead as we head to the final 10 minutes from the PE Center. We'll have it next after this on the ISC Sports Network.
Does your school offer high-quality education? Does it offer virtual or hybrid options? Marian University Preparatory School educates students in a safe, faith-based environment focused on college and career exploration. Here at Marian University Preparatory School, we empower parents and help students to master what they love and learn as they live. We are now enrolling students in grades 6 through 9 this fall. Full financial aid packages are still available. Act now to make MU Prep your school for 2022.
Marian University is like a home to me.
Campus is where I made friends that I know will last a lifetime.
Academics, sports, or arts, Marian's got something for you.
Plus, downtown Indy is just 10 minutes away from campus.
I'm a huge sports fan. Living in Indy, I've got the Knights, the Colts, and the Pacers.
Applying was so fast and easy.
I went to Marian for the education, but what I took away was the experience.
Marian University offers an exceptional education and an unforgettable experience. Apply today for full scholarship consideration at marian.edu.
Well, Rob Brown, Jan Bozier back with you at the PE Center on the campus of Marian University. Marian Knights led by Ella Collier. She has 15 points. J.C. Summers with 14 to pace Rochester.
Now that was Rochester's best quarter, putting up 15 points. Marian put up 16 to +1. Marian's been +14, +7, and +1.
Mayorasova, Perryman, Trable, and the McNally twins, Kylie and Abby, on the floor to start this final quarter for Marian. Kylie McNally, top of the circle. I really like the play of Trable here in this third quarter. Back cutting pass deflected and stolen. Bakar, Clark, Albus, Mersheimer, and Place. Trable steals it. Great pass ahead to Kylie McNally. Missed the layup. Abby McNally trailing, lays it in, and draws the foul.
What a pass, Rob. She threw that thing on a dime. Take a look here. First of all, gets the steal, runs the floor, and just nails the pass.
The second assist by Trable, the freshman out of East Central. Abby McNally has 14. Fouls on Mersheimer, her third. McNally hits the free throw. She shares game-high scoring honors with Ella Collier. Knights have played 11. 15 are available. Mersheimer on the back cut.
Wow.
Got it up and in.
Nice play by Rochester. This young team's starting to get a little better as this game goes on.
Kylie McNally with a nice move to get free down the baseline and fouled by Bakar. Bakar's first foul, team's second. J.C. Summers back into the contest. Rochester with 9 players in uniform tonight. All 9 have played. All 9 played actually in the first quarter. Short bench for Jared Ocampo tonight in his first season at the helm. Mayorasova, McNally, Perryman. Nice find to Abby McNally, but her 5-footer danced off the rim. She got her own rebound, however.
Really nice pass, wasn't able to finish.
Kylie McNally, great bounce to Abby. Lost the handle, back to Kylie. In the lane a long time, turning, shooting, and scoring.
How about that? Stay with it. Wasn't pretty, but doesn't matter. Finally got it in. But love the hustle. Love staying with it. Sometimes That ball just does not roll the way you want it to. Use the glass.
Jared Ocampo wanted a 3-second call at that end. Mersheimer almost tied up. Back cutting Albus, reverse layup up and in. First two for Leia Albus, the freshman out of Santpedor, Spain. 61-38. Perryman runs screen roll with Abby McNally. Down the baseline, Kylie McNally. Treble attacks, fades, shoots too strong from 15. Kylie McNally tried to kick it out on the rebound attempt. And what do we have? Mersheimer fighting for the basketball, was on the baseline while she did it. So it stays at the Marian end, 20 on the timer. Mayora Shova on the inbound. Finds a cutting Abby McNally, who lays it in. 17 for Abby McNally.
Really good opener for her.
Long two out front is an air ball short. And the Knights watch it go off the inline. So the final of the three freshmen on the roster will step in. Eva Fisher, 5'7" freshman out of Middlebury, Indiana. That's up in northern Indiana, Northridge High School.
You know, we talked about Abby McNally last year.
Perryman scores.
As a freshman, just really a couple rebounds per game away from averaging a double-double, so expectations are high for her.
Jumper in the corner is good. It's a three by Summers, and a timeout called. Jared Ocampo calls time. Timeout called by Rochester. We'll take a break as well. 7:12 to go. Knights lead 65-41. We're back in 30 seconds on the ISC Sports Network.
Still waiting? You could have been seen by an orthopedic specialist at Ortho Indy Urgent Care. Avoid the wait, cost, and drama of the ER. Ortho Indy Urgent Care. Orthopedic care without the drama. Find a location near you. Still waiting? You could have been seen by an orthopedic specialist at Ortho Indy Urgent Care. Avoid the wait, cost, and drama of the ER. Ortho Indy Urgent Care. Orthopedic care without the drama. Find a location near you.
65-41 our score, 7:12 to go in this season opener for the Marian Knights. Tonight's game brought to us by MU Athletics. Get all of the up-to-the-minute information on Knights Athletics at MUKnights.com and follow them on Twitter. I guess it's now called X, at MU Knights. That's at MU Knights. You're looking at me quizzically. Tonight's game is also brought to us by the M Club. Joining the M Club is the absolute best way to support our student athletes at Marian University. For more information, visit marian.edu/mclub.
You said that like you don't use Twitter.
I do. I do, but when people talk about Twitter now, they always say X, formerly known as Twitter.
Well, me and you still call it Twitter.
Correct. I
will never call it X.
I was editing the copy on the fly, is what I was doing there for a little peek behind the curtain. Place three out front, good. Riley places second three of the night. Rochester has connected on 4 threes.
Well, Rochester clearly has played much better after this very slow first quarter of play. Young ball club, and they just seemed like they're getting a little more comfortable as each minute goes by. And I think Coach Brooks, clearly what he wanted to do was come out here and get a win, but he wanted to play a lot of girls, and he certainly has done that. And just see what he's got here in the opener. And
Taylor double. Give and go. Kylie McNally got in too deep. Taylor double is back in for Marian. So 2 of the 3 freshmen are on the floor in Double and Fisher. Fisher's got the basketball. Great bounce ahead to Perryman, who will soar in and lay it in.
And Perryman has been solid. I mean, of all the players who's played both ends of the court and played both ends very well, clearly she's one of them.
12 points, 7 assists, a team-high 7 assists, and 4 rebounds for Perryman tonight. 67-44. Mersheimer picked up her dribble. 3 right side is too strong, but rebounded on the weak side by Moore. Put back, spun out, but she drew the foul on Kylie McNally and shoots 2. Second on McNally and the team's first here in the quarter. Amari Martin stepping back in for the Warriors. Martin playing with 4 fouls.
That new little tournament that the Lady Knights are going to, that's something new. They did not play that early last year.
They did not. I'll be at Concordia University in Nebraska is the host. Play Dakota State on Friday and play the host Concordia on Saturday.
Lady Knights ran off 5 straight victories last year before they were defeated by Carroll,
who was a top 5 team in the country at that point.
Yep.
Mayora Silva lost the handle of the dribble. Mersheimer takes it away. Perryman back to stop the break. Mersheimer pulled up from the elbow and missed the shot. Perryman rebounds. Outlet ahead to Mayora Silva. Finds Kylie McNally running the wing. Kick out for 3.
That's
good.
Nice. Really good recognition. The key there is good spacing. Good spacing, seeing the floor, and that's a confidence builder shot right there.
And Taylor Double, the freshman, gets her first collegiate points, a triple from the left wing.
You can't be afraid to shoot the 3 if you're a freshman. You were recruited for a reason. Your instinct is to go, do I or do I not? But listen, you got to have ice in your veins. You just got to go and do what brought you here. I like it.
Back cut bucket by Amari Martin. She has 8. 70-47.
Look, listen, the quicker you can get involved and can show what you can do as a freshman, just does nothing but gets that coach's confidence and continually ups that playing time a little bit.
Kylie McNally fouled on the drive and leave.
It's a tough deal as a freshman coming into these leagues because you were in most cases the player in high school, and now you're against the player from all different schools, and it's a complete different animal. Got to work really hard to knock somebody into some playing time.
Last foul was on Mersheimer. Fisher's back in the game for the Knights. Kenna Gray is in for the first time tonight, number 5. Junior out of New Carlisle, Ohio. Esther Sevilla is also in for the first time tonight. 6'2" junior out of Valladolid, Spain. Tallest player on the roster is Sevilla, number 14.
J.C. Summers at the line, the freshman.
First one's up and in. That foul went on Fisher.
She's got a really good-looking shot.
Summers has 18 points.
Yeah, she's
leads all scorers.
Watch her form. Just really good form. Follow through, good hand movement.
23 points in 37 minutes on Saturday for Summers. Gray, Sevilla, Fisher, Mayora Silva, and Double, the 5 on the floor for Marian. Double, left side for 3. That one's long on the back of the rim. Rebound collected by Place. Marian got back defensively. Now Summers groups it over to Mersheimer. Summers with 10 to shoot. Mersheimer to Moore. Shot blocked by Sevilla and a foul called. Oh my. Esther Sevilla. Ested Sevilla. Excuse me on the pronunciation there. Ested Sevilla takes the foul, her first and the team's 3rd. Moore misses the first free throw, hits the second.
Now this Crossroads Conference is going to be another dogfight. A few games before we get into that, but not real long.
Yeah, the Knights will play their first conference game
at Taylor.
At Grace on November the 18th.
Yep, you're right. I read the wrong one. Grace, yeah.
November the 18th, they'll be here before we know it.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Just a couple weeks away. Summers top of the circle. Bumped and fouled on the cut. Tried to find Martin. That's the fourth foul. Mayora Sova on the foul, her first and the team's fourth.
Well, Marian will be in the tournament you talked about. Then they go to St. Francis of Illinois. Or actually, they're in another classic, right?
Yes. That's the school where Steve Brooks used to coach.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Fisher head of steam up the left wing, rushed the layup, and it's rebounded by Moore.
The Catholic Classic.
Indeed. Inside 3 minutes to go. 70-50. Mersheimer.
Oh.
That was a jump ball, and it'll stay at that end. The Rochester end.
Well, there's nothing more valuable than some playing time for your young kids. Clearly, Coach Brooks wanted to get as many in as he could tonight.
So Melanie Moore goes to the line to shoot 2 more. Tonight's game is brought to us by the Journey to 2030. Marian University Athletics is excited to launch their new strategic fundraising campaign to enhance the student-athlete experience across campus. Because of the generosity of several Marian donors, all new gifts or pledges between September 1st and April 2024 to athletic scholarships and funds and the Facility Enhancement Fund will be matched up to $1 million. To make your gift to support these efforts, please visit marian.edu/journey to 2030. Additional information can be found on munites.com. Moore hits both the free throws to make it an 18-point game. Knights have led by as much as 27 in this final quarter. Ball stolen away.
Yeah, a little too much dribbling.
Place cut off on the baseline. Martin. Place driving on double. Martin in the lane, leaves it at the doorstep, and it's put in by Moore. Timeout. 30-second timeout. We'll stay here. 30-second timeout called by Jared Ocampo as Rochester's on a 9-0 run with 2 minutes even to go. We'll keep it here. 2 minutes even to go. The Knights leading by 16. Marian has played 14 players tonight. We talked a little bit. Olivia Faust, who was off to a really good start in her college career last year. Last year, a freshman out of Triton Central, averaged almost 11 points a game and shot over 50% from the three-point line before suffering a season-ending knee injury. See her over on the bench. She is still working her way back. They anticipate that she will be back sometime before the end of December. There's Taylor.
Yeah, and that's just one of those things you don't want to rush it. She'll know when she feels like she can go, and that's just one of those things that's just going to take time. And her comfort and just a slow process. And boy, she can be valuable, though, no doubt about it.
Fisher goes right to the rim and draws the foul on Moore. Freshman Fisher aggressively drawing the foul.
Some speed right there.
One of 3 freshmen on this Marian roster. 1,000-point score at Northridge High School up in northern Indiana.
Well, that will certainly change next year unless there's some transfers.
A lot of seniors on this roster.
Yes, there is. You don't see in this league, boys and girls, rarely do you see this many seniors on a ball club. You just don't.
Fisher missed both free throws. Knights have not shot a lot of free throws tonight. Those were free throws 15 and 16. And at the other end, foul drawn by Rochester.
Well, Marian last year, the Lady Knights average just giving up 55 a game, so they're pretty close to where they were last year defensively.
That foul goes to Mayora Shova, her second. Moore back at the line. These are free throw attempts, 7 and 8 for Moore here in the quarter. First one good, second one good. After going 1 of her first 3, Moore has made 5 in a row. And it's 70-56. It's an 11-0 run. Knights have not scored for over 4 minutes.
Yeah, it's been a while, that's for sure.
Taylor double handles it high right. Gray a 3 out front, too strong. Rebounded by Moore, 90 seconds to go.
Well, what you see on the scoreboard right now is pretty much where the Knights averaged last year, 70 offense, 56 defense. Yeah, the key here is get a lot of people, get a win, hopefully come out everybody healthy.
Double draws the foul. Mayora Shova hit her with a baseball pass. Place with the foul.
Because really you look at it, and this, if you will, just not a lot of preseason, if you will. I'm sure they'll use the 2 tournaments, but certainly you want to win those tournaments. So a little less likely to play as many girls unless they're blowouts. But so this is really a kind of the opener that you got to really get fine-tuned pretty quick going into 2 tournaments back-to-back.
72-26. Those 2 Taylor double free throws stop a 4-minute scoreless run. Double has 5 off the bench in her collegiate debut. Mayora Shova grabs the rebound in traffic and then lost it.
She wanted that pretty bad, didn't she?
Oh, my.
I love it. That's some passion. You can coach a lot of things, but passion you love to see.
I think if Sevilla had made that layup, the bench might have
I love it.
The bench may have rushed the floor.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Both teams are over the limit, so Mayora Shova shoots 2. First one's up and in. Inside a minute to go. Mayora Shova in her second year here at Marian after beginning her collegiate career at SIU Edwardsville. Transferred over here last season. Both free throws good, 74-56, final minute. Knights will move to 1-0. Hand check out front on Fisher. Mersheimer to the line.
You know, one thing's for sure, you and I have seen throughout the year, especially in this conference, as long and hard as especially getting conference play, how physical it becomes. You can't have too much depth. You just can't. And so the fact that Coach comes back with a lot of depth and has a chance here tonight to work on that depth, and the stronger that depth becomes, I think the better this team will be for sure.
Mersheimer with 7, hitting both free throws. 74-58.
That conference play gets physical.
Well, and injuries are going to happen.
Oh, it always does.
Double. Had an open 3, passed it up. 3 is over the rim. Martin's got it. Pass deflected. Leaking out, Mayora Shova. She'll lay it in for her first 2. Field goal, I should say, her first field goal. Shot clock is off. Mersheimer cut off in the lane. 3 out front is hit by Place. Her third 3 of the night. 76-61.
Yeah, Place, another freshman on this ball club.
10 seconds to go. Fisher brings it across.
It's going to do it.
And she will wait for the horn. That'll do it. Rochester with a 27-point burst in the final quarter to outscore the Knights 27-20 in the final minutes. But the Knights leading by as much as 27 in the fourth. Cruise away to this one, 76-61. Marian had 3 in double figures tonight, led by Abby McNally. Very efficient, 17 points on 8 of 11 scoring. Ella Collier, 15 points. J.C. Summers led all scorers. She had 19 points for Rochester. Tamia Perryman, maybe the player of the game tonight, Jan. And her first start in 3 years, the redshirt junior out of Fishers had 12 points, 6 rebounds, and 7 assists.
Completely agree. I felt like the total game, she played very, very well. Listen, another thing the Knights are super proud of, they protect their home court. Didn't lose here last year, and that's another one of the things they want to do. When you come here to play the Knights, they want to be playing their best ball.
I want to thank our great crew tonight, our director, Vince Morellis, Brianna Manley on our replay and graphics, Rob Lynch, Aaron Van Woolde, and Aaron Scheibelhut on the cameras. For my partner, Jan Bozier, I'm Rob Brown. Again, our final tonight, 76-61. Marian wins from the PE Center. So long, everybody.
Pepsi's always had great taste. Today, try great taste with zero sugar. This is the Pepsi with zero compromises. This is Pepsi Zero Sugar.